So here's my topology. I have within this domain here, I'm running AutoRP in this domain, R9, R8, a little bit on R10. Then I have it here as strictly dense mode. And on this right-hand side is strictly sparse mode. I have one running here, PPP over Ethernet running here, and I have AutoRP discovery message filtered between router 8 and router 2. I have this domain up here as my BSR domain, and the BSR traffic travels through the tunnel because there's a DMVPN tunnel down to router 7 and directly to this receiver here, but from router 7 to router 5 and router 10, these are dual hop tunnels, which are non-listed requirement. I also have MSZP running, which is a multicast protocol. Here I have multicast BGP running with an MSZP pair, so router 4 here and router 10 on this side. And for my AutoRP and BSR, I've configured redundancy. So I mean, for my BSR, I have two RPs that are backing up each other in my BSR domain. And here also in my AutoRP domain, the two rendezvous points are backing up each other. So quickly, I will display these things in my topology. So for my router 9, which happens to be my mapping agent and my BSR, it shows here AutoRP and is my mapping agent. And I can see for different RPs for different groups here. Then they're also backing up each other for groups like 234.40/15. And for this dense mode, because I've used the deny in the access list, so these are operating in dense mode. And they're also having two RPs. One is the primary and the other one is acting as the backup. I also have another RP strictly for 41/16. And I have my MA running here. So some parts are dense mode, some are sparse mode. Do show IP PIM interfaces. I have sparse dense mode, I have dense mode, I have sparse dense mode, I have sparse mode only running. So I've also done candidate RP filtering between router 9 here and router 10. My router 9 is my mapping agent, and also my RP, and I have my router 10 as one of the RP. So I'm going to open it now. This router 10 is actually advertising itself as an RP through this group, which is 234.42.00, but I've blocked the same group on router 9, and that's why it's not showing in the list of RPs like it is here. You know, router 10 is not showing as an RP, but I will show the reason now. Show IP, show run, pipe section, IP PIM. There is an RP filter, candidate RP filter here for this RP list and this particular RP group. So if I do that with access lists, so the RP list here is exclusively for router 10, and the group is denying is the same group that router 10 is advertising here. So I'm also going to show how router 2 here, this particular device is being prevented from receiving AutoRP discovery messages from router 10, from router 8 rather. So router 8 has a multicast boundary. Do show IP PIM interface gig 01. So here there's a multicast boundary with an access list, which is denying AutoRP discovery messages that are supposed to be sent to the next neighbor R2. So it's denying 34 matches and permitting any, but still no RP mapping, which I'm going to show here. Show IP PIM, RP mapping, no auto RP messages here. So the other one, I also have BSR running, router 10 is my BSR router, and I'm going to show it from the previous configurations that I have here, and also router 6. Both of them are BSR routers. So here they are running BSR. Router 6 and router 10 are both running BSR. However, the RP candidate is with the lower priority is router 10, unlike router 6, which is also one, but with a higher priority. Okay, so router 6 has a higher priority, and that's why this is preferred. And on devices like router 7, is going to be seeing the router 10, who as ahead for the group, which is Bootstrap, is seeing router 10 as a primary and router 6 as a backup. And these are the receivers. So the traffic is flying through the tunnel, which is 192.168.1.1. So here it goes to router 6 from the server and flies through the tunnel to router 7 and hits the receiver. So I also have here, which is RP redundancy, which is an extra or non-listed requirement. They are backing up each other. I also have IGMP snooping on all my switches. This is for switch 2, showing that different interfaces have their own groups. And for the snooping, is showing for the global, it's enabled, and also for the VLAN, it's enabled. So likewise, on other switches too, the groups are available there, and the groups are available to do show IP IGMP snooping. So both global mode and the VLAN mode. I also have my timers on the interfaces connected to the receivers. So I have on the show run and also show run interface key 0/2. I have these 3 timers: max response time, query interval, and query timeout. And IGMP interface key 0/2. So I have them. These are the query interval, and I have the max, okay, query timeout, and query response time of 15, which is matching exactly with the 3 timers that I've configured it. So I have the same thing on router 7, which is directly connected to a receiver also. Show run interface gig 0/1, also the 3 timers also. So I have PPOE running here. Router 1 is a client, router 7 is a server. So I have the configuration show PPP hall, which is showing the peer address, and the show PPOE session, which is showing that the virtual interface, the virtual template is up. And I can also ping it from here, ping the peer address, which is successful. So I can also ping from the server also, show PPOE session. So showing that it's up, and show PPP all, which is showing that it's working fine. The peer is fine for my PPOE session. Then for my non-listed requirements, I have dual hub DMVPN here. Show, which is phase 3 with IPsec. I have 2 hubs, being connected to, and then I have show crypto IPsec SC, which is running, showing packets, digested packets, encrypted, and I'll show crypto ISACamp SC, which shows that the 2 tunnels are up. So likewise on my router 8, I have the same thing also, the same requirement, which is dual hub, show DMVPN for the two hubs and also with IPsec. So another non-listed requirement that I've configured here is my MSDP running with multicast. So I have show IP BGP all summary. So I have the two types of BGP running here. IPv4 unicast running neighbor, the same neighbor, and IPv4 multicast running also. And I have MSDP peering running. So from router 4, I can ping the local RP here. So, and I can see with my debug here, first of all, before I check other things, with my debug here, is showing that the check for the peer RPF check passed. Okay, and is exchanging communication, keep alive, and so on and so forth are there. So I have show IP BGP all summary, and I can ping the group 234.70.70.70. So this is on router 4, and I'm going to be getting response from router 10, which is an MSDP peer. And this together with auto RP redundancy, BSR redundancy are the things that make up my topology. Okay, so thank you very much. So I have this ticket here. On this device, there's a receiver R11, which at the moment is unable to receive RP mapping information, most especially from the primary RP for the group, which is router 8 for group 234.41. So this is because of a new configuration that has been added. The device is joining this group, and after that, it's been down and it can't even detect any RP at the moment. So this is the current result. Now, in my topology, as I have it here, this is the receiver that is being flagged. Then this is the MA and the RP. And this is the primary RP for the group 234.41.0.0/16. So let's go right away to the config. Then first, I'm on the receiver. I'm checking and confirming, no result. On RP mapping on the switch, no result. Then here on this router too, show IP PIM, RP mapping. It takes time, so it's going to show the same results here, which is only showing router 9, which is itself as the only RP. Then I'll go to the primary RP having problem itself and begin to check out for problem. First, I'm going to check show IP PIM interface. On the interface loopback 0, okay, I can see the DR is 0, so show IP PIM interface loopback 0 detail. So I can see DR is 00, which should not be, and is administratively shut down. So I'll go inside interface loopback 0, no shots, save it. Then next I'll check, are there any other IP PIM misconfigs before I move on. So I can see here that the RP announcement information has a scope of 1. So I would increase that to 4. Here, it's better. It's increased. Then I can clear IP PIM RP mapping information so that it sends fresh information to R9. So I can see R9 is still not yet receiving the information. You know, the results are quite slow, but it's still not going to receive the information. So I will check what are the likely problems by checking the configs that are on there. And I'm going to do that now once it allows me. So checking it, IP pim. So here I can see that there's a filter here. Let me check the content of the filter and together with access list. So I can see this RP here list and also the access list. The RP here, which is the access list, includes router 8. Okay, and I can check show IP access list. So I can see 468 matches, meaning it's active. Then I can see the other access list here, group 2, which is only allowing 234 for 2, and the other groups are missing. So this is also working for the filter. So I'll go in here and make corrections by permitting those groups immediately. So so then the wider group, and after now, I have allowed it, but I'm going to clear the RP mapping so that okay. Then I'm still going to check the interfaces if there is any problem. Show IP pim interface is 02. Okay, fine. Then I'm going to check for the details. So on these details, I have a discovery here showing that there is a multicast boundary with access list 10, filtering it. So show IP access list 10. So my access list 10 has 200 matches and is denying any. So I need to permit even the AutoRP group and also the groups 234.41. I need to also permit these two groups also. So now IP access list standard 10. To permit all AutoRP groups, then I need to permit 3.4. Then I'll clear. Then now check what is here. So it's taking time, but I'm expecting that by now it should have the full. So at the moment, I can see now that the RP mapping results on router 9 is fine. It's detecting router 8 for the group 234.41. Then I'll go back and go and check on the receivers also. So I can see now that the receivers have also received the same RP mapping. Thank you.